Okay. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Chair Yoga. I'm so glad we're here together, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share this practice today. I've got a nice one lined up, I hope, and I hope it connects with with something that you're looking for out of your practice today. So let's go ahead and find our spot on our chair. That spot where we're going to find the most comfort for us, sitting all the way back and sitting nice and tall, crown of our head through to our tailbone. Just allow that seat back to support your back. And then maybe those hands just resting on those laps and arms hanging down beside our bodies. And if it's comfortable, a little bit of moment to close our eyes and just find a little bit of a restful state in our practice this morning. Allowing us to find kind of that baseline of where we're at. Okay, if you're following along with the playlist, it's playlist number 18 today, so you can go ahead and start that anytime. Okay? All right. So as we settle in and find our spot, just allow ourselves, again, we're finding that baseline of how our body feels settled, And when we settle our body and we find stillness of our body, that allows us to start creeping in a little bit to our minds, the thoughts running in our minds and our emotions attached to those thoughts. We start to settle kind of everything down together. Just a little recognition that it's all connected. And then as we work into our practice, especially our physical practice, maybe trying to employ the principle, one of the yamas, niyamas, principles, fancy words for the yoga principles, how we treat ourselves, of non-excess. And the Sanskrit word for that is Bramacharya. And of course, non-excess, almost self-explanatory, of just trying to be gentle with our bodies, not pushing ourselves to excesses, recognizing that moderation is good in all things. And when we treat our bodies without excess, when we treat our bodies gently, it allows our bodies to really feel our practice just a little bit more. Allows our minds and our emotions to connect with that practice a little bit more. Allows everything to work together in concerts, okay? Because as we're on our mats here, our mats are not a place just for the physical practice. I mean, we can move and we can do the physical aspects of our practice. But there's always that mindful aspect, whether we're doing a HIIT class or a kick class or a lifting class. And in this case, we're doing a yoga class. There's always the mental aspects of staying tuned in to how we're moving our bodies, how we're physically finding the postures. And first and foremost, just out of safety, to ensure that the alignment of our bodies is such that we're caring for our bodies. We're making sure that we have the appropriate alignment on the postures, the best that fits our body. But when we think about, in addition to the physical aspects and trying to make sure that we're not pushing our bodies into excesses, the converse of pushing to excesses creates the conditions for disappointment, creates the conditions for injury, and creates the conditions for missed expectations. Okay, and when we encounter those, then that creates an environment on our mat that's not a forgiving one, creates an environment on our mat that's a judgmental one, and creates an environment on our mat that's not a pleasant one. Okay? And what we're trying to do is seek a pleasant experience for each one of us individually on our mats. And so if we let all of those other types of factors and those conditions just stay by the wayside, then we allow ourselves the space. We create the space, not only the physical space, but just the freedom to really experience our practice the way it's designed for us today. Good. Let's go ahead and scooch forward into our chairs. You're welcome to go ahead and open your eyes. And we'll start just for a few moments on the chair. Let's start just rocking in a circle. Just pick any direction on the circle. Good. And then we'll begin just thinking about our breath pattern a little bit more, trying to deepen our inhales and our exhales, so that we have that as the basis for our physical movements today. And of course, tuning into the free-flowing nature of the breath, let's go ahead and switch directions. As long as that breath is free-flowing, that's a really good indication that we're not pushing our body to excesses. Now the challenge then becomes, I want to feel something. And so the idea, maybe just the marker or barometer for you, is to make sure you're feeling something but not overdoing it, not pushing too far. And that is something that will feel pretty good for our bodies and create that good experience. Good. So as we find stillness, let's sit nice and tall. Nice and tall, hands still on the laps. Okay, let's exhale, bring our chin to our chest and our right ear to our right shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder. Keep it right there and breathe deep. And then with our right hands, just take our right hand and just gently rest it onto our left ear, just applying a little pressure to that left side. Okay, just the left ear and then our neck and into our shoulder. Okay? And then maybe with that left hand, creep down and grab the bottom of your chair. And then just pull away from the bottom of that chair a little bit. Okay, just rock a little bit to the right side. Being gentle and not pushing this ear and that right hand to excess. But helping just lengthen through the neck and the shoulder. Good. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So let's go ahead and release. Good, and then bring our chin to our chest, exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Give a little space between our teeth and jaw. And then our left hand gently rests onto our right ear. Okay, and then take that right hand when you're ready, and just grab onto the bottom of the chair. And then just lean a little bit to the left side, like we're just trying to tap that left elbow on the wall. And that just lengthens through our neck and shoulders. Good. That's a great way to kind of get into those shoulders right there. Using the chair. I often share, there's aspects of chair yoga where I feel more out of my practice using the chair and being in the chair than being off the chair and on my mats. And this is certainly one of those aspects right there. Let's go ahead and release, okay? All right, and just rock the head ear to ear, shoulder to shoulder, and front and side to side, just to loosen up that neck a little bit, okay? Now we don't normally go forward and back, but we're going to go forward and back today, okay? We're going to bring our fingers, interlock those fingers and leave those thumbs free and bring them on to our neck, letting those thumbs just trace down our spine, pointing right down towards our tailbone. And just leave them right there. We're not pulling on the neck or anything like that. And we'll start by just looking up and then drawing our elbows toward the back of the room. So squeezing those shoulder blades together. And those elbows going towards the back of the room like we're trying to touch the back wall. And then we'll exhale and bring those those elbows toward each other and round our spine. But we're not pulling on our neck. We're just gently rounding our spine, just guiding it down, maybe elbows to those knees. And let's do that again. We'll inhale, elbows back, squeeze between those shoulders. And then elbows forward, round that spine and come on down. Again, avoid pulling on the neck. And inhale, maybe a little bit of a look up, a little bit of an arch in our back. Squeeze those shoulder blades toward each other. And then exhale, separate those shoulder blades from each other. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and lift. And exhale. And come on down with those elbows. Nice long stretch on that spine too. Let's go and release those hands. Good, we're going to come out of our chairs now. And we're just going to step behind them. Keep those chairs right where they are at. Okay. Right in original position. Feet about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Nice strong foundation with those feet. And give yourself some clearance in front of that chair initially. So let's just inhale up nice and tall, and then an exhale, just fan those arms past our hips. Keep doing that. Do that 4 more times. Inhale, fill those lungs, lengthen that inhale, and then nice, long, smooth exhales. Good. Inhale nice and tall, reach to those fingertips, lengthen through those fingertips as high as we can reach. Keeping the whole foot on the ground, but see how high off the ground we can reach those fingers. Good. One more time. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, come through. Now we're going to add a little gentle twist. So inhale up, and then twist and rotate towards our left side. Okay, one hand behind us, one hand in front. Inhale, and then exhale, and rotate to the right. And keep doing that. Keep doing that and keep alternating side to side. Good, big inhales and exhales as we rotate. One more time. Just getting that spine moving this morning. Yeah, a little spine health, good for us. Inhale and then exhale to the right. Good. Let's come right back to heart center. All right. I'm going to move my chair just at an angle so we can see initially. I'm going to keep that chair right there where it was at, seat back, and then we're going to do some down dog just based on that seat back. So go ahead and set your hands or the palms just right on the top of that chair and just begin walking those feet back. Walking those feet back. Okay, hips right above the knees over the ankles, ears now between the arms, whole foot on the ground, heel to toe. Excellent. And just allow ourselves to just find a little freedom with this down dog. Ears between those arms and feeling that stretch between our shoulders. And then connecting that stretch with our breath so that we stretch from the inside out. So as we breathe in deep, try and feel those ribs expand and those lungs expand in a deeper stretch. Awesome. Good. Staying in this down dog, I'm going to face you now and just turn the chair again. All right. So with those feet of ours, let's widen the stance of the feet. Okay, so you see my feet are significantly wider than my chair. So we're going to do an angled down dog from here. So as we do that, I'm going to put a bend in my right knee and lengthen to keep my left leg straight. And then just lean towards the right side. Lean towards the right side. Both hands still pressing on that seat back of that chair, straight down in that chair, not pulling it back. So if you feel it pulling back, then walk a little bit closer to that chair so that you're pressing straight down. And then I'm bending into my right knee, and as I do that, I'm really reaching into my right side of my body, those ribs and down to those hips. And then again, connect with that breath. Breathe in as deeply as you can. And let it go. Let's go over to the left side now. Okay, a little bend in that left leg. Hips and ribs moving to the left side. And then just reaching in from that shoulder down. We can almost count each individual rib on the way down to our hips. Good. We're holding this for a little bit. And just breathe. Fill those lungs. Expand those ribs to feel more of a stretch. Breathe in. And exhale. And now let's flow side to side. Inhale back to center. Exhale as we sit back to the right. Inhale back to center. And inhale, sit to the left. And just right side to side. And really kind of lead with our hips and our ribs. Try to feel that through that space between our shoulders and hips. It's not a deep lunge. It's not a deep bend. I'm not bending very deep at all. And really the guide is not my knees and legs. The guide is my upper body and through those shoulders and hips. So as soon as I feel something without overdoing it, that's when I know to ease back and come back. Good. One last time each side. Awesome. Good. So we'll walk those feet back to narrow and then walk those feet back to the chair, staying right behind the chair. So we're going to cross right over left. I hope you can see that. I'm going to move to the side just so you can see that. Crossing right over left foot. And I'm going to stay right behind the chair as I do that, just so I have the stability of the chair. Right hand on the chair. Inhale that left hand up and look at that left hand in the sky. Just keeping it up there and continuing to breathe in and out. But as that hand's up there, we continue to reach higher through those fingertips, reaching into that left side and pressing our hips to the left side of the room. Again, as if we're trying to set them on the left wall. Yeah. Good. One last deep inhale and exhale, release here. Good. We'll switch hands on that chair and switch legs down below. Left over right as we cross those legs. Putting that right leg behind, inhale the right hand up. Excellent. Look at that right hand in the sky and press our hips to the right side. Get just reaching in to that side of our body. Feels so good to get the side of our bodies kind of just loosened up. I don't know about you, but when I spend a day in a practice doing some of this, it just feels so much better throughout the day, just moving throughout the day. All right. Excellent. Let's come out and both feet firmly on the ground the right way. Good. Okay, so we're going to spin our chairs around now. This is the front of my mat. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. If you have a block, go ahead and set it on the chair. Okay. So I've got 3 variations of our sun salutations that we're going to do today. So you're going to follow my lead because we're going to do specific legs, okay? All right. So we're going to start with our hands at heart center, nice and tall, mountain pose. And we'll inhale up nice and tall and exhale and forward fold down. Good. Nice forward fold, either stopping at the chair or using that block on the ground if we need to rest those hands. And just allowing ourselves to hang right there for just a little bit. Good. On our next inhale, we'll just bring those hands to the chair, nice long spine, crown of our head to our tailbone. Soft bend in those knees, just not a deep bend, just a soft one, just so we can feel the tension up the back of the leg and enter the glutes and hips. Left leg is the only leg that's going to step back. So we step back that left leg, so we're in a runner's lunge situation here, okay? And that front foot can be just a little bit closer, so if you need to walk it forward. So right foot forward, left foot back. Now when we press back, we're going to press back the down dog and then a 3-legged dog or single leg down dog. So we're going to press back down dog and then our right foot floats up to the sky, 3-legged dog, pressing straight down on that chair still. Set that right foot down, lift that left foot up, 3-legged dog, and then bring that left foot forward towards the chair, runner's lunge on that side. Excellent. We're going to step both feet forward on the inhale. Exhale, bend those knees and sweep those hands nice and tall. And exhale and heart center. We're going to do that on the other side now. Inhale up and exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to flat back and exhale, right foot steps back only, left foot stays right where it's at. Good. Now from here, either to down dog or a 3-legged dog, left foot in the sky. Press it back, hands still, straight down the chair. Exhale, bring that left foot down. Inhale, bring that right foot up, 3-legged dog. And then exhale, bring that right foot all the way through, runner's lunge, right in front of that chair. On the inhale, step forward, sink into those legs and sweep up nice and tall. Exhale to heart center. Let's do that again one more time each side. Inhale up and exhale and fold. Inhale up to flat back and exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale, right heel to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, left heel lifts up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, swing it through, runner's lunge. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, bend those knees and sweep up nice and tall, right back to heart center. One more time, other side. Inhale up and exhale and fold. Inhale up, flat back, and exhale, right foot only steps back. Good. From here, inhale that left heel up toward the sky or down dog to that left heel in the sky. Exhale that left foot down. Inhale that right and swing it through, runner's lunge, right foot forward. Good. Inhale, step forward, sink into those legs, sweep up nice and tall, and right back to heart center. Good. Let's add a twisted low lunge. Inhale up and exhale and fold. Inhale up to flat back and exhale, step the left foot back only. So runner's lunge right side. And from here, stay right here. That right hand's going to reach up to the sky. So we inhale, that right hand up, twisted low lunge. And then exhale, that hand down. Hopefully with that same exhale, that right foot sweeps up. Next inhale, that right foot sweeps up. And then exhale, set it down. Inhale, left foot up toward the sky. Sweep it through runner's lunge. Twisted low lunge this time. Inhale that left hand up toward the sky and exhale it down. And same exhale, we step forward then. Exhale into the legs and sweep up nice and tall, right back to heart center. Let's do the same thing other side. Inhale up and exhale and fold. Inhale up to flat back and exhale, right foot steps back only, left foot forward. Good. Inhale that left hand up toward the sky, twisted low lunge, and exhale, bring that hand down. Inhaling that left heel up nice and high, three-legged dog. Good, and set that foot down on the exhale. Inhale that right foot up and sweep it through runner's lunge, right foot forward. And then we'll inhale that right hand up, twisted low lunge. And exhale the hand down, exhale, step forward, sweep up to those sky and exhale to heart center. Let's do that again one more time each side. Inhale up, exhale and fold. Inhale up to flat back, exhale left leg steps back. Inhaling the right hand up toward the sky, twisted low lunge. Exhale that right hand down, and then inhale right heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Good, set that foot down, inhale the left heel up and sweep it through runner's lunge, other side, there we go, left foot forward. Inhale that left hand up and exhale it down, that same exhale to step forward and bend those knees and sweep up nice and tall, right back to heart center. One more time, inhale up and exhale forward. Inhale up, flat back, and exhale right foot back only. Good, inhaling that left hand up, reach forwards. And then exhale, set that hand down. We'll inhale that left heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Set that foot down, exhale, inhale the right. And then the exhales, bring that right foot through runner's lunge. Inhale the right hand up toward the sky. And then on the same exhale, bring the hand down, step forward, and sweep nice and high, right back to heart center. Whew. Let's do a couple normal ones, okay? Inhale up, and exhale and fold. Inhale up to flat back, and exhale, step one foot back at a time to downward facing dog, ears between those arms. On the inhale, step forward, sink into those legs, and sweep up nice and tall. Exhale to heart center. Let's do that two more times. Inhale, reach, and exhale and fold. Nice hip hinging right there. Inhale up to flat back, long spine. Exhale, step back, ears between those arms. Inhale, step forward, sink into those legs, and sweep up nice and tall, right back to heart center. Perfect. One more time. Inhale up and exhale and fold. Inhale up to flat back and exhale, bring it back downward facing dog. Inhale as we step forward. Exhale, bend those knees and sweep up. Reverse that swan dive right back to heart center. Rest those thumbs on our hearts and feel that heart beating because we're making it go today. All right, very nice. Keep the chairs right there in front. Maybe that block, if it's not there, just make sure it's still just right on the front of the chair. Okay. All right, my right foot's going to stay forward. My left foot's going to step back just about a half step. Both feet on the ground, heels to toes. We're going to find pyramid pose right straight away. So we're going to square up hips and shoulders toward that chair. Right foot forward again, and then we're going to breathe in, get nice and tall, and begin hinging through our hips. And as I begin hinging through my hips, I either crawl down my leg or use that chair, okay? And of course, we can stop at the chair and rest our elbows on it or go beyond the chair to the block on the floor or to the floor, just finding that spot without pushing to excesses. Right here, finding that moderation, that gentleness of our body in pyramid pose. And once we find that spot, we're welcome to drop the crown of our head. We're welcome to round our spine a little bit. And that's just really an indication that we've chosen the right alignment to get down into the position. But then once we're there, we can settle in. We can make it our home for a little bit. We can relax and find that comfort. Let's go ahead and take two more nice deep inhales. And exhales right here. And then wherever we're at, we're going to lift up both hands on to the chair, keeping that front leg straight. We're not moving from this position. We're going to step, though, that left foot out just a little bit so it's perpendicular to that front foot, and then find triangle pose. So open up. Instead of our shoulders and hips square to the ground now, open up those hips and shoulders to the left side. So a little soft bend in that right knee. That shoulder doesn't have, or that hand doesn't have to be up. It can be right on our hip. Create a little triangle pose. If you want a little extra out of that triangle pose, you can take that top hand and reach overhead. Really reaching into those ribs. Okay. All right. From triangle, we're going to put a deeper bend now into that right knee. So go ahead and bring that knee towards the chair, hands still on the chair. But if you want a deeper right angle pose, of course, you could go beyond that chair down to the block, okay, down to the block or even onto the floor, back into the hip or to the sky. I kind of like the chair right here on this one as well. That just works for me. And then take that left hand and reach it overhead, bicep to our ear. Just extend that right angle pose. Try and create a straight line, a visual in your mind from your fingertips to your heels. Excellent. As we come out, let's find Warrior Two for just a moment. And then step forward towards our chair. All right, I'm going to flip it around to the other side so you can continue to see what I'm showing you. Awesome. So our left foot's forward now, and our right foot steps back. Again, squaring up our hips and shoulders. So if there's a flashlight on my belly button, it's pointing right at the chair. Stand nice and tall. Breathe in and begin hinging. Find pyramid pose on this side. And of course, we're tuning in. We're listening to our bodies. Again, regardless of what to do, there's that mindfulness aspect of what we do. Your elbows. And it's important as we adjust from side to side that we don't take for granted that they feel the same. Because it's very common that one side feels looser or tighter than the other side. They feel different. And so really just want to listen to each side of our body and then give or take whatever it will give or take. Finding pyramid for you. And we'll settle in and we'll breathe. Couple more deep inhales and exhales right here in pyramid. Just lengthening those long muscles behind our legs. Excellent. So let's bring our left hand onto the chair. That right foot's going to tip out a little bit, and our shoulders and our hips now open up. Open up, okay? Right hand to the sky. It can be right on the hip if you want it to be. A little soft bend in that left knee, and we're just getting a nice stretch in our legs here, but we're also getting a stretch up top. You can take that right hand and reach overhead. Now, if it doesn't feel like that's enough stretch on those legs, you can separate those legs a little bit more. Okay, I'm walking my right heel back, my right foot back, my left foot forward. I'm just inching my toes forward. Okay. So from triangle pose, now we're going to find that right angle pose, so a deeper bend in that left knee. Just pointing right towards the chair, back hand to the hip, to the sky. And if you want a little extra, extend that right angle pose, bicep to our ear. Outstanding. On our next exhale, we'll come back to Warrior Two just for a moment and then come on out of this. Excellent. All right. So keep the chair now. I'm going to face you on the left side, seat back, facing in. Seat back, facing in. All right, we'll start with Warrior One in this standing sequence. So Warrior One, right foot forward, left foot back. Okay. So as we get into that deep bend in that front knee, knee towards the toes, hips slightly coming forward, but they're not squared. And then hands up, shoulders rolled down and away from our ears. Got that chair right there if we need it with that left hand. Breathing in nice and deep. And of course, listening to the excesses on our body or the lack of. And the key areas kind of listen to here are that right knee, making sure it's going right toward our toes, and then that back hip, back knee, ankle, and foot. So we're not putting too much pressure on that back side. We're feeling something, and it's definitely going to lengthen right across the top of that left leg. Okay, we're going to open up to Warrior Two. Front foot and knee stay right where they're at. These don't move. That back foot points to the left side of the room. Arms, front, and back. Now I'm going to turn to the side so you can see all that. So I'm bringing my chair around and turning to the side. Okay, my right foot still forward, my arms nice and long. Good posture, ears over shoulders, over hips. Okay. Now from here, a little cognitive exercise. Let's take our right hand and bring that palm up toward the sky, and that left palm stays down. We're going to begin rocking forward and back, and as we rock, we switch the palms of our hands. Okay, so rock forward and just switch the palms of your hands. There. So that one palm is always down and one palm's always up. Little rock and roll forward. Excellent. And of course a little work going on those legs too as we rock and roll forward. A little stretch and a lot of strength going on. Give me 3 more. 2 more. And then last one. Let's find Warrior Two arms again. Palms down, lengthen that front leg. And just begin reaching, and bring that top hand overhead for an unsupported triangle. Okay, so we can take that right hand if we want and use the chair, just palm on the chair, or reach both hands like we're trying to reach forward overhead. Still a soft bend in that right knee, but a lot of strength, squeezing those abs, those core muscles, those glute muscles, those legs, squeezing toward each other to get that stability on our ground or our mat or wherever we're at. Good, exhale, back to Warrior Two. Perfect. Excellent. Same thing, other side. Good. So chair now on the right side, seat back, facing in. Left foot forward, right foot back. And let's find Warrior One. So I chose the mat I'm on today because of course it matches my shirt, but it's a little bit of an older mat. It's my wife's, and it's a little bit slick. It's slick. There's no grippy on it. Okay, and of course when there's no grippy on it, then you have to do a little extra with those feet to keep them from, sliding, keeping your body from getting any surprise splits or something like that. So it's a lot more of the legs pushing toward each other to keep the body upright. All right, Warrior Two pose. Keep that foot right where it's at in that knee and just point the right toes to the right side. Arms nice and long, front and back. Good, I'm going to turn to the side there and get on this slicky mat right here. Okay, left foot still forward, right foot back. And we've had this mat for a while, probably 7, 8 years old. Good, and just sinking into those legs. Now that cognitive thought. So take that left hand now, palm up toward the sky, that right hand still down, and we're going to rock forward and back and switch hands. Good. Little bit of mindfulness here. Okay, using that mind, maybe tricking that mind. A little coordination, a little cognition. 3 and 2 and done. Good. Come back to those Warrior Two arms, and then that right arm comes overhead and reach over. Let's lengthen that front leg. Good. Triangle pose, and then reach overhead. There we go. All right, I knew something didn't feel quite right. Okay, and then that left hand, of course, can just hold on to the chair if we need to, while that right hand reaches overhead. Whew, all right. Okay, come back to Warrior Two, and then step forward. There we go. Had to use the chair to step forward on that one. Okay, so now our chair, another sequence here. It's going to come to the right side, seat back, facing in to that right side. Okay, All right. All right. So, from Crescent Pose, our right foot will be forward and left foot back. Deep bend in our knee, hips and shoulders square to the front. All right, so we're gonna do a little side bend here. We got that chair to either leave that right hand there, or the right hand is gonna assist on the hands, okay? All right, so left hand comes up and reaches up, inhale, inhale. All right, then we can just press, or we can use that right hand, come off the chair, just to grab on to that left wrist a little bit, just to give a little bit deeper stretch. Reaching into those hips. Excellent. As we come on out, stand tall, and then step that back foot forward, keeping that chair right there. We're going to find a tree pose. Tree pose. So a tree pose, our left knee, our left toes open up to face the left side. And either those toes can rest on that block or something that you have that resembles a block, or they can be on the ground right above the ankle with the left heel, or above or below the knee on the leg. Okay, so we find our version, our expression of this tree pose. Hands can be at heart center, can create branches with those hands, or overhead steeple fingers. Okay, my foot doesn't want to stay up. Long pants, sometimes we don't get the grip on that foot. Okay, so we just find where the body's going to move today. Doesn't mean the physical body, it also means what's on the body and what's helping the body move today. Our equipment that we have on. Very nice. Finding the calm of this pose, that restful nature of this pose, the gentleness of this pose, and then we can exhale and release. Very nice. Let's go ahead and flip that chair around to the other side. And we'll begin Crescent Pose on this side. So left hand's on the chair, left foot forward, right foot back, and everything facing forward, shoulders through those hips. This time that right hand's going to reach up nice and tall. Good, and we're going to lean over, pressing our hips to the right side in the opposite direction. Now we can either release that chair with that hand and grab onto that right wrist, give a little bit more encouragement, if you will, to just reach in to that side body of ours. One more breath right here, excellent. And then stand tall. Let's bring that back foot up and stand nice and tall. So left foot's going to stay on the ground, and our right knee and toe are going to point to the right side of the room, opening up that hip. Either toes on the block, toes on the ground, heel above the ankle, or foot above or below the knee on the leg. And then just experiment with releasing the chair and finding your balance. Ourselves to settle in, to calm a little bit, find a little relaxation. And then exhale and release. Okay, let's go ahead and find these chairs. Let's go ahead and sit down into them. And as we sit down into them, wide stance with those feet. And if you have something that resembles that block, maybe just right there out in front. Okay, so a couple things right here. We're going to do a little straddle twist. That seated position, inhale up nice and tall, and then exhale, nice long spine as we fold down, coming on down. And as we come down initially, we can interlock those arms and just rock side to side, finding the comfort with our feet on the ground, pushing in, and using those feet and the strength of our legs to support us right here. Of course, a nice deep stretch on the inside part of our legs into those adductor muscles, and even deeper
into our lower back and glutes. So let's go ahead and find that twist now. So release our arms, right hand onto the block or onto the floor. Okay, and then left hand up to the hips or up toward the sky. And just a little push, but not pushing overboard, right? And then on our next exhale, we'll bring that left hand down, and that's a right hand up, hip or up toward the sky. And then exhale, both hands down. All right, and inhale up nice and tall. And to heart center. So a little side bend here. Keep those legs nice and wide, nice and strong. We're just going to begin reaching side to side overhead. Okay? And just go side to side. Inhale on the reach, exhale, come back. Inhale on the reach, exhale, come back. A little rock and roll. Side to side. Good. One more time each. And there we go. Bring those feet in just a little bit more narrow on the back of our chairs, then palms facing each other. Hold on to the back of our chairs without lifting those chairs up. And just lightly lean forward. Okay, just avoid tipping those chairs because they can do that. Just a light lean forward, just to lengthen through our shoulders and chest muscles up front. Letting our bodies settle. Let our bodies begin to cool. It's been released there and sit all the way back. Sit all the way back into our chairs. All right. So the Shavasana song, final relaxation song, if you follow along, is Long Time Sun. There's a whole bunch of them at the bottom, but Long Time Sun is a good one. That's Bob's favorite. Yeah. All right. So we find some nice stillness and relaxation on our chair. If it's comfortable, we allow our eyes to close and our breath to just become a natural everyday breath, not the deep breath that we practiced earlier. Allowing our shoulders to relax down away from our ears and our hands just drape on our laps. Feet flat on the floor and knees hovering above those feet. And we allow ourselves to find that stillness, find that relaxation. Find the ability to calm our bodies and find that restful state. Probably one of the most valuable aspects of a yoga practice is not the physical stuff that we did just now, but learning the ability and practicing the ability to find our body in various states of activity and rest. And then being able to deliberately take our body and take our mind into a restful state. Meaning having the skill to calm ourselves down and being deliberate around that. Being focused and being mindful on how we do that. But sometimes that mindfulness comes with the recognition that maybe we need to calm down. Good. So normal everyday breath now. Just allow ourselves to relax. To feel the extent of our practice, not only on our minds, but on our bodies. So grateful for the opportunity to share this practice with each and every one of you today. To allow ourselves to continue to connect and continue to nurture and mature our practices together. We allowed ourselves to do that through the practice of Bramacharya, the principles of non-excess, and allowing ourselves the space to tune in the space
to ease back. Therefore, just breaking the bonds of any judgments, breaking the bonds of those conditions that create an experience that's not the best experience for each one of us on our mats. In other words, we're creating the conditions for an experience that's meant exactly for each one of us on our mats. So Bramacharya, non-excess, and in a lot of cases, less is more. Our closing message. Allow ourselves to think less and feel more, frown less and smile more, talk less and listen more, and judge less and accept more. And of course, fear less and love more. I honor the love and light in each of you, as it's also within me. Namaste.